ready to go. Salutations, respected viewers. Here I am on Arbat Street in Moscow. Behind me is Ararat restaurant, which I can heartily recommend. So it's an Armenian restaurant, as you may have deduced from the name. Mount Ararat, historically being the tallest mountain in Armenia, it's now part of Turkey. Ararat, where Noah's Ark supposedly came to rest, and where Noah first pressed grapes and fermented wine and got himself drunk, and well, the rest you can read in the Bible. Genesis chapter 9, Ham got himself into trouble and Shem and Japheth profited from that, but I can warmly recommend their khachapuri. It's different from Georgian style. Georgia and Armenia being neighbors, of course. One thing is this one is somewhat pricey, and the service not that fast, but it's quality. A small, intimate place. Okay, so go along this pedestrian street, and there we'll be okay. So anyway, look up high. Don't you like that? Architecture up high, and you see those strange creatures they've got, where they be stenciled in looks like some sort of mythical creature with like 2 legs. Obviously there are 2 legs behind that, and then a tail, wings. Looks a bit like that symbol you get on the coat of arms of Tatarstan. Anyway, so all sorts of shops here, and many tourists come here. Saw some Arab tourists and many Chinese tourists coming along, and then there are lots of these people wearing sandwich boards, advertising antiques for sale, jewelry, things of that nature. Often you see the tourist police here, and many famous people, writers and so on, have lived here. People who awarded the State Lenin Prize, heroes of socialist labor, heroes of the Soviet Union, and so forth. So many upscale bars and restaurants. And then you see these people dressed as characters from Disney. If you've seen, what was that, The Lion King, or was it the more childish version of The Lion King? I can't remember. Madagascar. I'm being shanghaied by these animals. No, I refuse. Oh my goodness, they're persistent. Wow, I'm a bit too popular. Let's try and escape from her. And sometimes they're taking their hats off and smoking. Anyway, how I'd like to live here. And so is the subject of a famous song by Bulat Akujava. Forgive me, I probably mispronounced that. So, if you're feeling ill, go to this clinic. It won't come cheap though, I can tell you. A few street performers, mercifully the guys doing a lot of the work, redoing the paving here, mostly have gone. Okay. So anyway, we come up to an enormous theatre, which performs all sorts of plays, mostly classics of Russian drama, but including Shakespeare, Richard III, and so on. So they perform mostly evenings, 7 o'clock in the evenings, occasionally matinees at 12 noon, almost every day. So that's another positive thing. Anyway, so things are open very late here. There's not a lot happening here in the morning. This is where you come if you're on leisure bent. And there are a few boutiques around here, but the clothes don't come cheap. And there are about 20 souvenir shops still selling for Football World Cup stuff, things like that. Hats, t-shirts, balls, matryoshkas, those dolls, one fit inside the other. Memorabilia to do with the Soviet Union as well as more modern Russia. Yeah, so this is the theatre. Look at the scale of the place. Quite old style, in very good shape. When I first came here in 1994, it was looking rather sorrowful. Which one of those dashed, annoying little tractor things. Not quite sure what they need it for. Anyway, we shall press on. So there's a mural painting of Marshal Zhukov quite far away, but so you can't make out from this distance, so we shan't bother trying to film him from here. There's Ulysses, an Irish pub we've passed, but we didn't dare to film it this time, and that is highly recommended. A few banks, business centers, educational institutions like Ilyona Davidovna, with a special system of learning English, and you can buy a whole course of CDs and so on. So you're getting an idea of the size of this theatre, and it's got a little cafe as well as the box office. You can go in there and see what's on. And this character here, look at her, like a ballerina or something, advertising what's on. I don't think it's not actually, they don't have ballet here as such. Circus is something you shouldn't miss out on in Moscow because it's something that Russia does superlatively well. They have animal acts, which most countries don't these days. Anyway, I think it might be just about time to end it because I heard the screaming of that exceedingly annoying drill. All right, that's probably enough from Stary Arbat for the moment.